Hi, this is Kim from Affordably Crafty, and in today's dyeing discovery, I am going to try and see which kind of blueberry dyes the best color, if they dye differently or what the deal is. So I have frozen blueberries, dried blueberries, blueberry juice, and fresh blueberries. And I'm going to be using I Love This Wool in Natural from Hobby Lobby that I got 30% off. The yarn this week is still 30% off at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to break it up into mini skeins. I'm not going to be using any mordant, so we're going to see how this goes. I can't wait to see what we discover together. So I'm going to get this all set up and then we'll come back. Please subscribe and like my video. Thank you. See you in a minute. Bye. Hello, friends. So a half an hour has elapsed and I've had the pan simmering on the stove for a half an hour on like medium low heat. And in this pan we have the fresh blueberries, the frozen, the juice, and the dried. So what I'm gonna do now is just see if there's any difference in the color currently. So this is the juice. Kinda a little brownish. This is the dry. Ooh, that seems like that's a little bit more intense color. The fresh. Ooh, that's a pretty gold, like rosy color. Let's see what we got back here. Ooh. And the frozen. Now let's do a little paper towel test and see how we're doing. Oh, let me dye my countertop. Okay. Juice. Does look kind of brown. Okay. Now we're going to do the dry blueberries. A little bit darker brownish. The frozen. Ooh. It's a bit more pinky red. And lastly, the fresh. Ooh. Not so much more red color. That's cool. What I think I'm going to do is I am going to turn down the heat on this. And I'm going to let these guys hang for probably another half an hour, and then I'm going to come back and see where we're at. So, see you in about a half an hour, guys. Bye. Hi, fiber friends. This is Kim from Affordably Crafty. It's only been about 5 minutes, but I had a better idea on how to see the color differences or gradation. So this one is the juice. This is the dried. This is the fresh. And this is the frozen. So you can see these two are kind of a little bit brownish, and these are more of a brilliant kind of purpley red. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put some baking soda in one of these, or two of these, to see if there's any change. So just wipe this off. Okay. So I'm going to put baking soda in this one, which is the fresh, and this one, which is the dried. Take a, see if there's any change. Well, that's a change. We changed to like gray. Let me yeah. It's like a blacky gray color. Let's see if the same thing happens when I put some of this into the other one. Yep. Black color. If I add baking soda, it turned, ooh, wait a minute. It's kind of blacky green. Look at that one. That's interesting. Black green color. Interesting. Now let's see if anything happens if I add vinegar to make it acidic. Get my vinegar. Just gonna put a splash in it and see if anything happens. So no change with an acid. Let's check over here. No change. But this is very interesting. That's interesting. That's like a greenish, blackish, bluish. I'm not really sure. I have to investigate that further, but I'm going to let these guys simmer for another half an hour. This is interesting. Okay, see you in a little bit. Please subscribe and like my video. Hi there. Hi, fiber friends. Another 30 minutes has gone by. So now I'm going to do a little dip test to see if our color has changed at all. So again, this is the juice. So it looks like it's intensified a little bit. This is the one from a half an hour ago, and this is now. Now we're going to do the dried. It's definitely gotten darker. So again, there's now and half an hour ago. Definitely gotten darker. The fresh. That's definitely gotten darker too. That's nice. So that's before and now. And then the frozen. Is the frozen, so that also has gotten darker. So what I did is, because it reacted with this nice color to the baking soda, I took out some of the liquid from the fresh blueberries, and I'm going to doing more yarn right now, and I'm going to use some baking soda on that pot after to see what happens with the different colors. So I think that the first one I'm going to do is going to be the, let me do the juice first. So I'm going to move the juice to the front burner. I just have to put some acid in there in a few minutes. So let me just open the bottle of that. My measuring cup, measuring spoon. Alright. First skein. And again, I'm using I Love This Cotton worsted weight wool. Let's see how this goes. getting kind of brown red. So I'll leave that in there for a minute. I'm going to add some vinegar to this. Push that down a little bit. That's it. That's kind of a brownish red. So again, that was the fruit juice. Now I'm going to move this to the back, and I'm going to do the dried blueberries. This is our second mini skein. This is the dried blueberries. See how this goes. Oops, wait a minute, I gotta put the vinegar in. Get myself together. Okay, here we go. Dried blueberries. That's looking a little bit redder than the one behind it. That is very relaxing. Arts and crafts, generally I've found throughout my life that help with my anxiety and depression. They help to make things easier and clearer. Particularly I've found crochet to help with that recently. So I'm going to put this one in. I'll poke that down. Okay. Now we're going to go over here. And I think we're going to do the... let's do the fresh ones next. This is the fresh one. It's a nice ruby color. I'll put the vinegar in. Mix that around. Next skein. I think this one's going to be browner. Oh, look at that. That's kind of like a coffee color almost. This is a bit redder brown. So, dripping a lot of water here. Let me squeeze that out a little. Okay. Into the fresh blueberry mixture. That is significantly darker than the other two pans. Significantly. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. pretty amazing. I hope this color stays in here, because that looks amazing. We're on a liquid. Just put the end in. This is because I took some of the liquid out of this to try and use the baking soda on it to see how it was going to come out. So right now that's looking pretty awesome. Put that in there for a little bit. Now the last one we have left is the frozen. I'll switch these pans around. There's a lot of liquid for this, so. Okay, here we go, folks. Oops. I really gotta remember to put the freaking vinegar in. My goodness. I don't know if it's, well, first off it's going to absorb, but I don't know if it's looking as dark as the one in the back. It's definitely looking more red than teen brown over there. Okay. Nope, that's boiling a little. We're going to turn the rear down. Turn you down. What are we doing over here? Oh, it's like it's not sticking. I did read in one of the books that I have got undying that for berries you should add salt. So I'm gonna go grab some salt and try that and see how that works out. See you in a little bit. Okay, I have my next skein of yarn prepped, mini skein, and I'm just about to add the baking soda to this pot that has fresh blueberry juice in it, dye, whatever you want to call it. Fresh blueberry dye. I'm gonna do one. Ooh, jeepers creepers, look at that. Holy nuts. That is a definitive change. Let's see what that looks like now. Piece of paper towel. Ooh, that is dark. I do have to add a little bit of vinegar. It's messing up the pH, but... Whoa, okay. Maybe that wasn't very smart. baking soda in there. 1 more tablespoon. Hello, Bubbles McGee. How are you? I got the most awkward tool in the world with the plastic spoon. Oh. Alrighty. Yeah, that's gotten significantly darker. Okay. Just as my camera fogs up. Pardon me. So, let me turn that down. We don't want to salt the yarn. That's not what we're doing. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Ooh. Well, that's mighty interesting. Look at that color. It's like a blacky black color. That's interesting. That is like super black. Ooh, this is fun. Okay. I'll put this down a little bit. This one's doing. Alright, I'm gonna let these hang out in the pots on low for 15 minutes, then I'll be back to check on them. See you in a little bit. Oh, this color is so exciting. Alright. See you in a little bit, fiber friends. Hello, friends. So I've pulled out the 4 yarns that I dyed first. The frozen blueberries, the blueberry juice, the fresh blueberries, and the dried blueberries. So now I have a bunch of juice slash dye slash, this one's still going, cooking away in there. So I have a bigger skein that I am going to dye in these colors. What color do I want to do first? But we do this one on the back first. So for this last yarn, what I decided to do, since I had a lot of this fresh blueberry that I added the baking soda to, and the frozen blueberry, I decided to drape them over those 2 pots. And the stuff in the middle, I mixed together the other two, the juice and the dried blueberries, what I had left. There wasn't a lot of it. And I'm just kind of squeezing this in the middle of it. A little bit at a time. That's where this is at. I'm going to let this cool down and sit tonight, and I'm going to put this black one. It's not really black. It's like a green black, or I'm not even really sure. But it's a pretty interesting color. I like that. So, I'll let this cool down overnight. Then wash it off and then see where we're at. Okay, see you tomorrow. So I let these yarns stay in the dye pots overnight. This is how the frozen blueberries look. This one I've already washed and spun. A lot of the color came out of it, but it is a really nice tan, I don't know, taupe color. It's really nice. Like a light brown. This one was the juice. A lot of stuff came out of it. This is the dry blueberries. It's a nice warm chestnut brown. I mean, it's really pretty. It's coming up red, but oh my gosh, is that a pretty brown. So I'm going to spin that in my salad spinner. And then this is what the fresh blueberries look like. And then this is a yarn that I added the baking soda to. Let me turn the light on, see a little better. And then what I did is I draped another yarn into the one that was basic with the baking soda, that was the fresh blueberries. And then this is in the frozen blueberries because I had stuff left. And then what I did is I squeezed some color on the middle part here from the dry blueberries. So now we're gonna wash this off and see how much stuff comes out of it. So this again is the frozen blueberries. Oh yeah, see, there's a bunch of stuff coming out. That happened on the other ones too, but there's also, you know, sugar and little blueberry bits. And I mean, I strained it out as good as I could through a coffee filter to get rid of the big pieces so that it wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, there's quite a significant amount coming out, but I mean, it's not horrendous. That's not too bad. Not that much. That's actually not that bad. It's actually starting to run clear. So this actually ran clear faster than the first two. The juice, a lot came out. Then the dried blueberries, more than this came out. So I'm going to put some clear dish soap in there. Get some of the sugar and bits and stuff off of it. Actually, this isn't so bad. I see the blueberry bits in there. Trying not to agitate it so much so that I don't mess up the freaking wool. Pretty clear. pause while I get the other two together. Hi. All right, so now I'm going to wash off the fresh blueberries. This definitely had the deepest red color, blue red. This is how the one with the fresh blueberry juice that I added the baking soda looks. And this was left overnight in half of the baking soda blueberry and the frozen blueberry. So we're going to see how much comes out of this one. I think that a lot is going to come out of the fresh one. But hey, that's just me, because I kind of was sitting in a bunch of stuff all night. So, oh yeah, that's a lot. So, yep, that's a lot. Oh yeah, I figured that was going to happen. See how much redder and intense the stuff coming out of it is than the other ones though. This was the one with the fresh blueberries. So a lot coming out of it. Oh, it's cranberry juice in there. Wow, a lot of color came out of that. Now these two I didn't add salt to. I added salt to the other two. But this had a bunch of blueberry bits in it. I'm gonna get all the bits out. All the bits need to come out. So I'm gonna finish washing this one and move on to the next one. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. All right, now we're gonna do the one that I added the baking soda to and see how much comes out.
You don't know how to do it.
He's doing okay. Let's help him. There you go. My kids are helping me salad spin the water out of the blueberry one. Ooh. That is like a brownie brown color. Wow. Yeah. Give him a second. Wow, look at all that rust color coming out of there. So this is what our one that I had in 2 pots looks like. It's actually a really cool like pale ombre. So I'm interested to see how much the color changes after that. And then this one came out super duper cool. It's the yarn with that I added the baking soda to the fresh blueberries. And oh my goodness, it's got like, I don't know what you call it, but it's like 2 different really deep, there's a really deep brown, which is deeper than these other ones. You can see a difference there. So that's really cool. So I'm gonna go put these on the line to dry and then we'll see how much the color changes. I'm so excited. See you in a little bit. Bye. Hello. I have them drying out on my line and I really like how the colors came out. So this one is the juice. This is the dried blueberries, the frozen blueberries, the fresh blueberries, the one with the mordant, and then the one I dipped in the 2 different pots. So we'll have to see what they look like when they are done drying. I'm very excited. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe and like. Be back in a little while.